Model providers are wasting billions of your tokens. And a few months ago, we just kept hitting our limits. And it was exhausting. We would constantly wait for resets. Sometimes we would even just subscribe to another plan or use usage-based, and it became incredibly expensive. But 6 years ago, we built a pipeline. Now, this signal pipeline that we built was intended for customer conversations, your call recordings, your sales calls, your support tickets, and we pull out signals that you could then use to analyze like quantitative data. You can then use that to generate documentation and a bunch of other stuff. But we thought, what if we took that same signal pipeline and instead of call recordings and support tickets, what if we applied that over your agent sessions, like your coding sessions with Claude or Codex or Cursor? And what we found was insane. So we pulled out specific type of signals. So we can go to our sessions here and you can see these signals here. And we would look for specific behavioral patterns that we felt like we could make more efficient. So we would look for, okay, look, like there's 2,100 of these exec commands and there's all of these random tools being used repeatedly. And we thought, well, what if we looked at that? We pulled out when users were saying yes or no, or when they were correcting the model, when they were making changes or improvements. And what if we did something with that and we turned those into skills so that you and the model never had to make the same mistake or look for the same thing twice? And that's what basically turned into ZeroShot. Now, ZeroShot, we will go through your sessions automatically. All of this can run locally. You don't have to host anything online. We can use your local API, like your Codex or Claude Code sessions, to be able to generate these skills and go through these, as well as you can use your own API key if you want to use it locally too. And then if you want to push everything to build better, we can run all of this on our infrastructure, so you can do things like sharing sessions with your team members, so you can hand off a coding session and say, hey, I'm like stuck. Can you figure this out? As well as all of these skills will be more synced online too. All of these skills can be saved to your GitHub repo, so you don't have to host anything online. This is all yours and it's all local and it's all incredibly valuable. So you can see here under the skills, we can see this skill will save me about $2,200. We do this with basically the same math. So we look through the skill, we determine, okay, cool, you're spending this many tokens on it, and we think we can reduce that token spend by a certain amount, and that's how much you're saving. And then from a speed increase, we can identify how long this session was running to figure this thing out, and then we can cut that down dramatically. A great example of this was Playwright. I was spending about $4,000 a month on Playwright skill use. I had no idea. When I ran skills on it, I got that $4,000 to about $200 a month, and it's dramatically faster because it knows exactly what I want to do, how to do it, how to build it, and how to run it. So it's not just a savings in cost, it is most importantly a speed efficiency as well. Because when you use less tokens to do something, you're going a lot faster and your model makes a lot less mistakes, and you can continue to use the same context window, which is always really, really, really nice. So you can see here all of this stuff for these skills, that these are the proposed skills that it wants to create. I can look at the pull request. One of my favorite things, so if I were to go here and like create a skill and create a new skill, it will see if there's existing skills going through it, and it'll use my Codex sessions to do it. Again, you can use any API, any keys to create these skills yourself. But one of the things it will do is give me a diff. So if it's updating, this one's a brand new skill, but you can see here when should the skill be run. You can give it a prompt, you can give it a file, a command, another skill that it's being used, like, hey, run this after another skill. Also a tool call may be being used. So you can enforce when these skills are being used. So when you go to a pull request, for example, you can see that this pull request did not run this specific skill. That's a problem. But you can see this one ran all the skills required for this specific pull request. So you have a lot more control over enforcing certain skills being run and making sure that things are being done in the right way. This makes PR reviews dramatically easier and dramatically faster. We've gotten our PR reviews from like weeks sometimes to minutes because of these types of skills. We also have a bunch of usage statistics data. So if you're curious about when you're going to run out of tokens based off of your budget financially or just based off of your plans that you're on, we can help you estimate those as well. And then we can also give you an idea of how many tokens, where you're spending your tokens, are they a review on features, on refactors, bug fixes, things like that. And then where in the repos are you also spending those tokens to? A bunch of stats that are really cool. And all of this this. It just works in the background. Just leave it open. We will start going through your sessions locally, and we'll start identifying ways to speed you up and reduce the amount of token spend that you have. This is all available at tryzeroshot.com. You can download it for free, use it locally, and then if you want our hosted version, you get a lot more collaboration features. All these skills are automatically updated into everyone's session without having to pull the GitHub, and then you have a lot more features around observability, seeing where people are spending their tokens, usage context, things like that. So you can see, okay, where is everyone spending their tokens? How is everyone doing this? That is in our hosted version as well. But feel free to try it out for free on our local version using your own Codex and Claude. And we are so excited for this launch on this first version. Again, tryzeroshot.com, and I'll see you on the other side.